Hello, happy Leo full moon. There's the whole creative expression as God thing. So I hope you're having fun with that. Always a great opportunity. Leo stuff is a lot more deep than sometimes we make it seem. Okay, let me rearrange these. All right, so right away there is an idea coming in. It's a new idea related to doing something, taking action. And it feels really strong. It feels like the idea is going to help you catalyze yourself to build toward what you need in the future. It may be the near future, it may be a little bit further off. However, there's something that looks like it wants to be noticed when it comes to how your ideas get translated into action. Maybe it's a little bit of self-doubt related to this sort of new beginning type of energy. So it's here regardless. It's a great time to act on whatever this is. However, it seems like there's something in our energy that is insisting that we don't have what it takes to actually bring these ideas into fruition. That's how I'm reading the reverse here. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That whole thing. King of Pentacles, just being someone who very much has what they need. And although he's sitting here, he's not exactly a static guy. Like, he's definitely moving to get what he needs. So this is participatory. This is action orientated. However, there might be something related to your lack mentality, some kind of fear-based belief that you cannot achieve this state because you simply won't take action on the idea. So I don't want to delegitimize how you feel about that or anything. I just want to name that it's here, but that regardless of your possible doubt or feelings of inability or lack of agency, there is an opportunity that is making itself known right now to take action toward a state of being that is more much better resourced and in fact has everything that they need. Let's get a little bit more intel on what might be blocking. Or stalling. Yeah. Becoming the leader of yourself, reclaiming your agency, it's really huge. Definitely a repeated message recently. Don't be afraid to step in. Why you? Why not you? Porcupine and anemone. Yeah, okay, so the medicine of a porcupine quill with boundaries there. It is true that when you step into a leadership position, whether that's in relation to others or in relation to yourself, you will more than likely have to set boundaries. And sometimes, okay, it just is that you lose people when you set those boundaries. And I do recognize that, and I want to name that because it can be painful. But are you more interested in repeating cycles, or are you more interested in becoming well-resourced? By the way, the king isn't resourced by himself, right? And it's actually not a hierarchical thing, it's just a state of being. He relies on many people around him for that state, as well as himself, of course. So it's not by any means giving hyper-individualism.
What's something good for a pretend bread oven?
What is it?
What's something good for a pretend oven?
I'm not sure. Maybe one of the clean pots that we have you could use for a bread oven. Codes of the seeds, the blueprint is within the next step. Yeah, to get into this energy, it's going to have to be something that it comes from yourself. Of course, it's okay to lean on others and look at what others are doing for inspiration, but ultimately, your path is your own, that kind of a thing. The bloom, right time, celebrate. All right, so this is really huge because when you realize that you've been doing something for a really long time in a way that makes you feel guilty, there's an opportunity to recognize that the guilt is informing you about a misalignment between your actions and your values. So you do get to celebrate that you have the realization. You know, you could have spiraled, you could have gone around in circles over and over again doing that thing and repeating the same mistakes, but there is definitely an opportunity here. The sacred union, beloved within relationships. Yeah, so this is uniting within yourself. That's totally how I'm reading this card. This is within, this is within, this is within. Relationships will come at the right time. Don't worry about that right now. Focus on yourself. Self-acceptance rather than getting stuck in guilt and shame. When you feel the guilt and shame, ask yourself, what is this trying to tell me? Where locate the misalignment between your actions and your values. And that is what is asking. Yeah, go ahead, use that one. Yeah, that's what's asking to be seen right now.
I saw your penguin stuffy
In our culture, there's this huge misunderstanding that guilt and shame means we should run away from that thing, that we're harsh on ourselves if we acknowledge the thing that we feel guilty about. But it's exactly the opposite, because when we don't acknowledge it and take that opportunity to shift our actions, we just continue into that guilt and shame spiral. And all of these cards coming up right now feels like you are getting at another layer of that, which is exciting. So congratulations. Just feel it, and go where it wants to go. All right. So finally, we have some watery cards here, y'all, at the headwaters in the Alpine Lake. So here we have a source of something, and here we have a destination. And I'm just going to read to you from the decks. Youth, innocence, excitement for new things in early stages. The Headwaters card reminds us that all things start small, but in that smallness is the potential for all things. Even the mightiest river begins as a trickling spring in the mountains. Trust that no matter how small an idea or plan in your life may be, it has the potential to become something great. It's time to focus on the small beginnings of something new in your life. Okay, in the Alpine Lake. Reprieve, a rest after difficult work, tranquility. The climb is hard to reach the lake in the mountains, but there is no way to reach a more serene place. The cleanest water in the world is fed by alpine glaciers. It pools in lakes high above the timberline and is an oasis for weary travelers. The Alpine Lake card reassures us that with great effort comes great reward. Whether the result is great wealth, peaceful rest, or a simple drink of fresh water, the calm, clean lake above the trees is well worth the journey. Yeah, snaps for that. So, you heard her. It's gonna be worth it. Release yourself of the guilt of not having done the right thing, whatever that is for you, before, and start that journey toward the Alpine Lake, because you will find the capacity you're looking for. You will find the support you're looking for once you kind of get out of this little looping guilt, shame game that you're playing with yourself. And that's not to blame you at all, because this is something that our culture heavily relies on to keep us stuck and lost and separated. But it's a good time. It's a good time to move through it and see what wants to appear on the other side. There's this quote by Vandana Shiva that I love, and it's something to the effect of, just because the outcome is unknowable doesn't mean that you don't already know what the next step is, or it doesn't mean that you don't already know what the next right action is. And I was really inspired by that recently. So that's all I have for now. Hope this was something, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.